uploads, all of this and that, because being a neophyte here in Facebook, running a page, there are a lot you need to discover about, especially ang editing, kapoy kayo. So, I need assistance. And so, one time when we were done with the broadcast, with everything, and he's about to really leave home, and he left his shows man at the main entrance. I shared this yesterday. Kanang ako siyang giingnan. The name is Chito. He's also a content creator. Yeah, I'm helping him with his YouTube also, but he helped me more on the edits and other things. So ko siyang giingnan nga, cheat ka na. Ako na like ko sa mong sapato sa gawas niya. You exit, you pass through the exit door because ang akong pet nga si Chewy, kanini ang pag makitaan ka mo, aw nagmaayo. And siya, oh, ano mo aw man kuya nga. Behave man lagi kaayo, wala man lagi siya ni aw. Ako nakadungog na ko niya ni aw kaganina. And I'm pretty sure nga, kung diha ka mo gawas, as in mulugnot gyud na nimo, manuyo gyud na kay nganuman. Ikay nakaingon nga wa na ko siya masodres kwarto, you're getting his time with me. So, mao ba kuya Ed, so mao to nga ni-cooperate siya with that thought dito siya agi sa luyo. Wala lang to nako. Karon katong the other night, nag-istorya mi from 10 o'clock until 3 o'clock. We were heavily discussing on one thing. Niingon siya nga, Kuya Ed, kanang kato bitawng gabi nga ako sabi ni siyang iset paning usan ako ha kadito lang kaayo. Kato bitawng gabi Kuya Ed nga diha ko nya imo kong giingnan nga adto ko paagion nimo sa liyo. Iko gano man in siya nga kuan kanang makahimo ka ingon siya. Okay? Tamsa kay ayay na unsa na ni kadit lang ha, dit lang gyud kay grasya. Na so ingon siya nako nga. Makahimo ka og content ato kuya. Naku unsay content asa ato? Siya nga. Katugong didto ko nimo gipaagi sa luyo kay matud pa nimo nga nakuha nako ang imuhang time and attention sa imong pet. Mauna siya nga kuyawang ka nga aw-awon ko og maayo. Uy, that's a very good suggestion. I'll make a content about that. Sige, Kuya Ed, I'm also trying to consider that among the thoughts that I'm trying to prepare to share. Pero I want it to be your content first and I will listen how you handle that. So, oh, sige. So, pag mata na ko kaganina, or kagahapon sa buntag, kagahapos buntag kay, I include it in my short live. Naghuna-huna dayon ko kanang believer of intuition ba nga. Unsa ka to iyahang ikuan ha? Unsa bagyod to iyahang ipa-content nako. So I called on, but since he's a very, very busy guy, natubag niya ang akong tawag through text pagkahapon na about to go home on a meeting. I had a meeting with someone at Bay Hotel. Sa inko nga. Chit, unsa gali to imo ipa-content nako, Chit? Siya nga. Ay kuan gud to kuya katungod sa imong pet ba? Nako, ay nahinumdum nako. So ko. And so I shared it driving home nga. You know, in life, we never come to know certain attitudes that even our pets and the animals share with humans. Yeah. It's actually the attitude that I also learned about during our grand stay in Boracay. Kay human sa mong ocean cruise, dito na yun sa beachfront, na ay one family dito nga nagdag-pet nila nga perting ninduta. So, I interviewed them for the breed of the pet, blah, 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 and all of that. And I was talking to the owner. Yeah. As they all were listening, pag mga nitake og mga a few minutes ang among conversation, among engagement, ni kalit nag-aw-aw ang pet nga murag mamaak gyud ba. So ni palayo minya gibadlong sa katong iyang one of the aunts sa naa didto mga bata. So nahibom sila grasya nga hala di man na siya ing ana nganong sa dinli na ing anim na iyahang attitude. And so one of the aunts niingon nga ang no kay ang tag-iya ni take time man nakuha man ang iyahang attention anang ni sir mao na siyang naing ana o na ni Silo siya. And so for that very simple share that I did to Chito, nagutan ako niya nung iyang ipa-content yun siya nga ganahan ko ato kuya kay makarelate manggug ko sa iya ko ng mga kids iyang family. And actually I was triggered because actually we can all relate day to day. As I was just talking to a friend kaganinang hapon, a grandma whose husband, ramp model na siya sa una, king of engineer, iyahang bana. Iyahang bana na kanang, unsa gali na grasya kanang mag-ana-ana bitaw nga sakit unsa kanang mag-ana. Parkinson's, okay, yeah. She has been taking care of her husband for about 3 or more years now. Nya napod siya apo nga every time mag-istorya mi, murag yug katong itoy nako ba nga kuhaon ang iyang atensyon. Yun siya nga, unsa man ni siya, oy nga kanini ang kahasol ba ani niya sil. So ako siyang na-reminded ko about this experience. Ako siyang gingat, ay kuan man na siya joy kanang nangigina sa imong time, sa imong attention diri nako. Nikatawa siya in siya, actually sil, dili manggod kay kinira siya nangigi. Kay pati iyang husband, every time nga mag-istorya mi, although we're very close ha, it's siya nga, mura man og kanini ang, grabing makasilos na ko, oh, kuan man na siya joy kanang. The way I see it, you are the source of their energy, and it's your attention that they need. So anybody who will take your attention, they will react that way. So ayaw lang dyan og kalain, kay maugid na siya, ano siya nga, ay maudi na siya sila. Di ba? Okay, what is your take about that, di ba? Dayon, kaganinang buntag ra siya, ing aning nahitabo. These are the two stories I wanted to share in my live today for an initial content. No? Waking up, naaman si Mama Yols din nagpatukar sa iyang cellphone in the room. So I cannot do the meditation. So I have to check on the other room. Kay na mas Amber din hibayahan nag-set up og dako kaing playpen sa iyang anak. So ang tulo ka mga gagmitoy din hisaba na kaayo because the latest kid in town is already in the house na conquering our entire sala for the big playpen. So wa ko laing choice, madto ko sa luyong nga kanini ang guest room, kaya I have 2 guest room man. Palimpyuan akong Julie. Paabot dito, that's where I started the meditation. Pagkahupan sa akong meditation, as I was scanning on my cellphone, ni-pop up ning friend, the name of a friend nga naka-online. Nya, kani siya is also a common friend with the lady I talked to karong bag-o lang nga katong naay katong husband niya nga. So to, nga na to? Parkinson's. Okay, common friend na mo. So I talked to her, nga nag-istorya me about this friend in the morning. Yeah, this is what happened. Kani siya, bago ni siyang nabiyuda, niya, pagkabiyuda niya, kanang, they were all depending on the husband who was giving them a very good support financially and everything. Yeah, pagkawa na sa iyang husband, as in, na-cripple down kintahay the entire family ba for the very good support they were enjoying. So when I called on her today, kanang, na ako'y na-sense niya nga aura, an energy ba nga, he feels it a magic why I was able to call her, kay despite the many things he wanted to do, she accommodated me. Nya, pag-accommodate niya na ako, grasya kanini, I feel nga, mura magkahilakon, di niingon ko kay Ilongga man nga, sige, hibi na lang dira, kay I will take all your tears. Ingon siya nga. Ay, hindi nga kay mahibigig ko. So, in denial pa siya primero, kay dili siya mo pour out kintahay sa iyang vulnerability, blah, 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 which we can all share about, no, we can relate. Tanto na ko, sige, paminaw ka nang, wa namang gyud niya ma-hold ang iyang emotion, yung paggawas naman siya tanan. So, imbis nga come in pa unta ako to interrupt her, I decided kay nakakaton naman lagi tag active listening lagi, very important. So I listened to all her disclosures. So she continued revealing mga for several minutes. Pagkahuman na gyud ni come in ako kay ang iyang revelation kanay paminaw ha. So a litany of words on the experience, blah, 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 all of this and that. And the main basic ingredient was, pagkawa na siyang bana, naputol ang ilang social ties and functions. Nawapod ko no ang mga friends. Kahit tungod lagi nga, dili na sila as financially stable as before, blah, 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 all those connections. Unya, Di na siya makarelate, di na siya maka-open with practically anyone kay she feels low self-esteem na siya. Yeah. When it was about my time, nangasultian ako siya kay, she was berating all of these kanang sentiments all along na feel. What I was about to tell her actually, nga maoy ako na lang gi-share dito ni Joy and now in this live is mauni. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I learned. Okay? Which is supposed to be the counsel I'm going to tell her. Kaya ang ako nahibawan mauni, the way we see the world, in all our sentiments, our complaints, our pointing fingers to whatever situation, people, events, and places, no? Kanang, from what I learned, are just a replica of our relationship with ourselves. Okay? So, however we see it in our own version, we fail to understand if everything begins with self to include love, basically. And how we relate to ourselves to create in us or to make that relationship beginning with us being the best loving relationship we can ever form. Okay? That's how also we see the world eh. So I was about to tell her, which ang katungsan ako kaamiga, sa dito na ako istoryahan siya nga, ay tuod bala no, kay usahay manggod, kanang ato dayon i-take ang blame ba nga. Wala namang good tay kwarta. Kay may amo pod siya nga nag-retire na, mo retire na mahadlok siya nga maputol ang connection ako. That's not true. That's never true. The connection can continue. It's based on how you interpret your own reality and live up to that belief. Because it will never, because I have tried it in my life, I never stop my connection. Sa una nga nindot pa ang negosyo og karon, they are the same. It's just a matter actually of how you tell yourself and how you behave yourself in maintaining that connection, that connectivity, di ba? You agree? It's your time now for the show. Sige, tell me. Yeah. Yes. Uh-huh. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. In a way, but that real friendship, whatever you are trying to establish in your mind, begins with how you see the world, where that started also from how you relate to yourself. Because that is a version of your belief, right? Mao lagi nga, pag-ingon ako sa akong amiga nga, dili man gud na mao, I will not mention the name. Siya mao Basil, dili man, kay ngano, it doesn't really follow nga when you wala na kaani, wala na nga connection kay pareha ra gud na ang common illustration ana kay ang common illustration ana yes, ang common illustration mo na grasya engko ikaw makarelate jud kaani. Inig asinso nimo ang accusation sa tao nga imong nabiyaan kay garbusa na ka. Kay dili na ka managad. Kay wala na kanila, mo na. When actually wala gid na mausab. Sila ra mo'y nagput anak nga gap o nga boundary kay low kayo sila og self-esteem. Di ba? You should know that kay nakaabot ka anang dapita, di ba? I mean, there are people you want to maintain in your connection, in your contact, but di nagyug ka kasabot nga dili naman hinuon managad. Unya ang balihon og istorya kay kita na may dili managad. Dili ba? So, in a way, but then the very first factor we need to consider is how we really tell ourselves by a certain belief, ha? Because bukanit-kanit naman gud na kay ngano ma, if you consider that as a self-deception or a lie, the more Yes. 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 That's what I'm telling. Mhm. Bitaw. Mao na siya, pero the thing is kanini ang it really begins with ourselves, Gracia, eh, kay nga naman. Kanang, let's move further, no, in terms of kanang loving relationship. Okay? Because this is just an ordinary relationship that starts with ourselves based on how we connect to others. But let's put it in a loving relationship. Okay? Nga. Where ginapangita gid nato ng tao, or we're looking for that person to really give us the attention, share to us their life, their everything, their time and everything. And then that makes love very elusive, because actually our requirement or the process is we hope and we wish that we can find that person to love us, to invest in us, attention, time, efforts, and everything. And that's why instead of unconditionally loving that person, we put a requirement. Okay? Okay. And when the requirements are not met, we call it a failed expectation. Okay? And that will boil down to us being disappointed in the relationship. Now, in my reading, in Ani, you know why these things become very elusive is, the best advice there is for anyone of us to go into love is to first love ourselves. Because the best person we can relate in terms of loving is no other than ourselves. You know why? Granting you meet the right person and you are in a relationship, and you become so dependent with that person for all the showers of love, attention, and everything he gives to you. How will you manage yourself if one day that person is gone? And who is left in the relationship but nothing but you? Now, what if you are not in the right relationship with yourself, which is the only best relationship you can establish? Not only best, but even the longest. Diba? So, so what makes us ready for a relationship, loving relationship, is to start it by loving ourselves, because it will be a come on in the law of vibration and the law of attraction. Huh? Because you get who you are, you don't get what you want, okay? Now, these people comes to you because you are inviting them for the aura you exude. And so the relationship will ride on a very smooth way between two people who had been in love with themselves, because the bonus now when you love each other is you prepared for whatever happens along the way. Because you are well connected, you have established a very good foundation into loving yourself. But if we wait for this love to happen when that person shall give it to you, how sure are you that that person will be with you all your life? And the moment that person cannot shower you with the expectation, what will be your take to his love for you? Diba? Unya, everything being passing and temporary. And every second in this world, in our real world, only change is the most stable. How will we deal with the every changes that comes along? Diba? That's why daghan kay tag reklamo, and so we start to bring out our reklamo, our sentiment with others. That reklamo, that sentiment that I was saying, actually is how is your relationship with yourself, which affects the way you see the world. And you tell others about that sentiment when actually that galit, that sentiment is beginning with yourself. That we point fingers on others. And if you would now look into actually the universal thing to learn in pointing each other, look, when you point the issue to someone else, there are only two fingers pointing at them. The three fingers points back to you, a reality to realize that ibo ra gyud tong making. Di ba? All right, so thank you for listening. I'm talking to the people in my other page because I usually have. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, let's wait. Let's wait for some interactions on this side, because when I do live, I use three gadget. The one I just lately installed was the one on the YouTube for the upload. Then here you are in my profile, that is Ed Cortez. My thought massager also has guests actually who are listening to our conversation. I doubt if they can ever listen to the every details of our conversation, but usually I will have engagement here. I have another engagement there. Let's listen. If I have an engagement there, kung makadungog basag ka, kay murag na ay mga interacting kanini ang mga interaction that's coming this way. Yes, Marisa, can you appreciate what we're talking on the other side? If you have another gadget to watch us, what happens in Ed Cortez TM, you'll be able to appreciate what runs along in our discussion. But I would love to make it a study that if you ever would like to interact with me or go collab, let's see if my guest here will be able to get to know what we are going through. So, can I invite you? Kay ikaw ni pahuway naman ka, I'll add you here. So, I have something to collab also on my page. I have this lady, actually kanima ni siya akong experience aning vlogger. Ganun. When I was very new, she came to become a friend. And just very new. And then, unsa may akong nahibaw-an grasya sa mga insights, sa mga post-reach, sa mga engagement and everything, nga zero man ko ang nahibaw-an niya. Ang akong friends in his profile, I have 5,000, which dugay man ako ni giablihan kay I first opened a page to run in the Facebook. Ang requirement sa page is should have 10,000 followers. So nagkabuang kong pinangitaan ang followers kay para just to get the monetized tool. No? Hangtod na abot na ko siya. Only to realize nga, ang ako daing profile na kini, kuan da siya kanang requirement ready na da siya for the 5,000 friends. Kay mahimo man siyang automatic followers. Niya ang requirement ay din hini FB is just 5,000 followers. That's why I have 2 accounts running for monetization. So naabot na ko ana nga point. Ang ako na lang kuwang is live ads. Munang ginahit na ko magsigi kog live. So here's the story, here's the catch. Kaning bayhana, naluoy tingay ni nako ang nagsigi kog live nga wa jud koy nahibaw-an kay as far as engagement is concerned, kay di man ko manubag sa kanang mga text. Kay kapuyan lagi tag panubag. Oo, nya. Karon kanini ang kinahanglan man dai na kung mag-open na ka og page or mo-appeal na ka ining bisyuha nga imong yung tubagon kay that is considered engagement, no? Karon wala man lagi tay daghang friend at our age nga maghimo na tong magpa-engage na to na andin magsigig text og ing anak kadaghan, di ba? Kay usaduha ra baya atong kuan. I appreciate this lady for what she did to me. She made a convo in our conversation. Bisag unsa lang na iyang isigig pangutana nga maka-engage lang gyud ko. Only to realize nga at the end of the thread in one session, dako kog nahimo nga engagement. Ay pastilan gitudloan jud ko ano niya. She was very patient with me to actually lead me through from one requirement to another. And every time mahuman siya live, ano niya siya mo standby na ako din kay makuha pod nila sa akong page is the thought that we are sharing, such as the one we are discussing now. Okay, so yes, Marisa, how are you? Wala lagi na add ang request. Wala bitaw utrohon ako ha. Ngano man to? It's up to you to actually make pindot. I'm adding you again. Sige. Imo man gud nang i-accept. I have done my part to add you. It's your part of the ball game now to accept my invitation para nga makasud ka sa akong kanini ang screen. I am preparing a very nice topic for discussion today, which is about codependent relationship. Pero di na ko siya ma-discuss kay gawas nga lalom, dili magsama ang number of guests on board sa akong page o sa akong profile. I'm doing a discussion, actually, I'm doing a discussion here nga gifunnel sa tulo na ko ka channels. Okay, but for now, our interaction, dili ra na siya, I don't know, nangutan ko kung makasud ba siya, if they will ever have an idea of what we're talking about, because so far, our interaction is as far as this account is concerned. Connection failure there. Yun ang reason. Oh. Daghang ganahan makig-collab. Ang problema man kay kanang connection failure. Kaya I used to have a friend nga kanang magsige mig collab later on pa. Oh, puno-puno. So maayo kayo eh kay naka-guest na dai ka dito ni Erwin. Ay bantog ra. Nagtan-aw ko karon how the guests are being interrogated ba niya. It's more on their line. Aw mao ba? O hawd man kay kaana di na magyud ko matinga nga with flying colors. Unsa man na siya nga date? Unsa man na nga date? Ebe isend din nako kay actually ang akong gitan-aw karon ang ilang interaction ni Direct B kay karon pa manggog ko, karon pa man ko na-inform. Sige, tagay lang ko sa imong link and I will see how your interview runs. Unya, time sa kadiot before you go out kanini ang unsa man ka nagkanang are you running on a monetization here for your FB kuan? Wala ra ka? Mao lagi labad ka is o mao mong gunig naka-pressure. O lagi. Lagi ako nagpatiki-tiki man ko. Mao lagi labad kayo. Sige, anyway, thank you for your time. I will accommodate collabs on the other end, ha? Sige, sige. Thank you. Send me the link. I will see. Okay. Thank you. Yes, I'm done with my guest on my profile who did collab with me. And it's your time now, Marisa, for another collab. Yeah? Try to improve on your connection because that seems to be the reason you were asking earlier why Alfredo Jr. Tumbok Ibarli is watching. Shout out to you, pre. Alfredo Tumbok, yes. Yes, Marisa, where are you? Can I add you one more time, huh? Let's see if the connection would now allow us to have collab. It pays gyud ay nga mo paabot lang no kay pagsugod na ko sa broadcast kaganina for the information of those who are on my page and profile. Okay. I started at a time I don't have regular schedule. That's why many are get lost because sometimes I come in as early as 2 or 3 in the afternoon, 4 sometimes. This time I came in past 5. Others probably are doubting whether I could make it, especially I have replied to some who inquired whether I'd go live today where I said, I'm not sure because my BP is high and I would wait until my feeling will get stable, you know, and when I started my live, I made up my mind to decide na magbinisaya na lang pod kay basi og connection failure paghapon there. Kay basin og daghan ang ganahan nga magbinisaya kay para labi na kung mag-share ta og mga topics, mas nindot man gud tong masabtan gyud nilag maayo. Because one of my suspicion I got this invitation if ever the host and anchor of Cebu Updates considered me as his guest this week is I chanced upon to upload one presentation in the outskirt that was in the north na wa ko lang nahimo kundi to bring it down to the lowest denomination in terms of communication because I'm dealing with the local folks and so I talked in the vernacular. And so I was also thinking that if I could bring it that way here in my YouTube live, or not YouTube and Facebook live stream, people might get to appreciate it much better. So I started. When you review this, what do you call this live stream, I started coming in with the native tongue. And there were just guests who were dropping by, you know. As it builds up and I was talking on the native tongue, meaning I mean the Visaya, nawawala unti-unti sila. I come to realize na I was trying to comply to, you know, talk it out, hoping I could make it the presentation more simple, but if that is also a reason why you would leave the page because you cannot understand Visaya, then I get back into speaking it in the Taglish way na lang, English and Tagalog. That's one reason why every moment I would see someone coming into my live, I'll always ask from where you are broadcasting so I would know how to adjust to the way I speak, because if there are guests, majority are from Mindanao or in Cebu, I will adjust the conversation to the native tongue. But if people will come in from Luzon or from the foreign land, that's when I would apply the English paka, kumbaga. No? Somehow I can never tell from where you are broadcasting because you're not also telling me. I can only predict that you cannot understand every time I would switch to the Visayan dialect when you would live in the broadcast. And that's why, kapoy po kayo magsigig tabi og in English, Marisa. Nindot po ba yung magbinisaya na lang lunlun kay maugin na atong inistoryahan, no? Okay, I'm sorry to those who may not be able to get it. But, and another thing, I was really disgusted earlier on. It took me a couple of minutes to wait for you to come by. Especially this idol from Davao, Marisa, who is giving life to my broadcast when she is around. And since I'm opening 2 or more accounts, I would wait on these accounts to be filled with someone viewing my live stream. Such that kung nawawala man lang, bumabalik sa zero yung aking mga tawag dito, yung aking viewer, naturalmente nawawalan din tayong ganang mag-open ng thoughts to share. Dahil wala namang masyadong nakikinig, no? So, di ba Marisa? Sana makakulab ka eh. Isa ka pa sanang magdagdag ng buhay at energy dito sa aking broadcast. Alam ko, mataas na masyado ang mga engagement mo. Yung mga ano yon, yung mga na-reach mo na tawag doon. Ikaw lang ang may alam nun eh. Kasi ikaw ang aking mentor pagdating dun eh. Yeah. I will remove my earbuds because I'm not talking to someone anymore here in my other channel. So I'll just wear it back when someone is there to collab with me. But for now that there's none, I'd better not have them on my ears. Wala lagi na sa nag-ulan pod mi din here, I believe so. Yeah. Okay. So, yes, Marisa, are you still there? Paabot ko ni mo, Maris, when you get back. The proud Lavandera blogger of Davao City is one of my guests tonight on my show, on my live broadcast. Okay? Yes. Thanks for getting back. Okay. People are asking what topic I'm going to share today. It's really a very complicated topic, medyo malalim, and okay? So siguro, yung mga kwento na lang muna na ating na ilathala ang sabihin nating content of the day, unless you will really be very interested to know more about what a codependent relationship is. Malalim to. Kaya lang naman kasi gusto kong i-share ito dahil nagiging experience namin itong bago ngayon to eh. As I was telling you, 99% of my share are actually our life stories. So, kasi mahirap naman na I'll be sharing to you something that I never have tried. Hindi ko masyado ma-simplify ang mga bagay-bagay na yun. Iba yung nandun ka na talaga sa sitwasyon ng mga topiko na sinishare mo dahil maisa sa buhay mo, mas madali mong linawin at madali mo talagang i-simplify. Okay? Now, for now, I only have you, Marisa, in the page. I'm not sure in my profile if there still are people if I would open this kind of discussion. And besides, it's dinner time, baka hindi matapos-tapos. No? I'll reserve na lang this for another time when there will be a lot of people to interact on and who could relate to this topic. Alfredo Jr. Tumbok Ibarli. I don't know if you are still there, but I would be interested to know where you are actually broadcasting. And over here in my page, apaka-loyal ng aking friend from Davao na itong si Marisa. I'm very happy for your journey actually, Marisa. Kung saan ka naman ngayon narating. At habang nagpapahinga ka dito sa page ko, sana naman ay you find comfort and a little peace, you know? Alam ko nakakapagod din yung mga ginagawa mo sa iyong live. Kasi grabe talaga ang split mo doon. Nakita ko na nga yung mga nagdidilig ka kanina, nag-comment ako doon. Okay? How much more pa kaya doon sa iba mong live, no? Ako ay patuloy pa rin nag-aaral dito, Marisa. Dami ko pang hindi natutunan. Mababa pa yung aking number of followers. Mas tumaas pa nga ang aking following. Okay? Ang aking engagement, ewan ko kung sapat na ba yan, pero na-realize ko at tanggap ko naman na kailangan ko pa ng more organic followers and more engagement. Kaya dinahandahan ko talagang makikipag-follow to follow dyan. From the reels, may iba namang nag-respond, nakikipag-usap na sa akin. Tapos, nahihirapan lang ako minsan dahil alam mo naman, ang liliit ng I have only one gadget na malaki talaga na iset ko na pinalaki ko yung mga litra, but in most of my gadget ang liliit eh. And then I need my son to set up in most of the gadgets that I'm using para hindi ako mahirapang magbasa doon sa mga text. Kaya hindi nga ako kaagad-agad makapag-engage eh dahil it will take time. Iisa-isahin ko yung mga text na dumarating para ma-respond ko. And then, basta marami pa talagang kailangan kong aralin, no? Alam niyo naman tong kaibigan yung si Lolo, next to Lolo Meta, eh, dami pa talagang dapat maintindihan, aralin pa, no? Eh, sana ay was your age and I hope that this technology belongs to my generation. Eh, hindi nga, kaya pahirapan ang dating sa amin. I'm just happy actually one of my contacts, a very accomplished tour guide here in Cebu, who happens to also be a previous guest of the anchor inviting me for his show, dropped by into my channel, my profile, and made collab with me for a while. Okay. But when asked whether she runs on a page for, to monetize on, hindi kaya. Hindi talaga kaya sa mga, hindi pa nga kasing edad ko yun, ha? Okay. Yes, Chito, sana makapasok ka sa live ng makolab kita. Okay. This is the guy I was talking to about my pet experience. He wanted me to create a content out of that story. Okay. Yes, Marisa, type mo na lang yung gusto mo ditong ating pag-uusapan. Hindi ka talaga makakulab sa akin. Oo. This is a busy hour, that's why I do not expect so much friend to get into my broadcast at about this hour because this is really busy time, prime time, and also dinner time. So, yes. In fact, I'm tempted to almost close my broadcast on my YouTube, as there will be not much content to discuss on moving further, so that I can upload it only at 40 minutes, you know, content material that it has captured. So for the YouTube, I will put an end to my broadcast, but I will continue on with my live on Facebook page and on my profile. So I would bid goodbye to my YouTube friends and fans and subscriber, and would be thankful for the moment that they are with me on this stream. So until here for YouTube,